you used the word philosophy. And I think it's a good time to talk about the philosophical framework that I believe is crumbling before our eyes. The idea that the middle class doesn't matter, that the wealthiest among us, and let me just tell you, I'm one who says, thank God that you were able to do really, really well. I'm not against people in the top 1%. I mean, I'm like, great. But I think people in the top 1% say, you know, I climbed up a ladder, and I'm going to leave it there so other people can climb up a ladder too. But the philosophy that I think we've seen over the last 8 years is the philosophy that says, you know what? We're going to give every opportunity, every incentive to the people at the very tip top. We're not going to make sure people in the middle are making it. And what eventually happens is that those people in the middle don't have any more money to spend. They're now spending out of debt. And then what happens is that they can't even afford the basic necessities of life, which then is going to have an impact on the consumer sector and on corporate America. 70% of the whole GDP is what we spend, consumer spending, but we ain't got no money. Mm-hmm. And so the point is, we are literally killing the goose that laid the golden egg. We need to say that we need a new politics where the market is a part of our life, but not a holy sacred grail. The market helps to propel productivity, but it's not all there is. But we have alongside the market a regulated market, a market that makes sure that competition is present, a market that says that consumers cannot just get stuck and gouged and pinched and pulled and taken advantage of, and a market that says that we want to have innovation and room for small producers so that there's this competition over goods, services, and brand and innovation and, of course, price. We need a new market that has the middle class as the VIP of this economy. That's why I really believe that we need a philosophy and a president who believes in the philosophy of the common good. The common good. Because, you know, as Representative Yarmouth refers to infrastructure, that's another word for our commonwealth. That's our commonwealth. That's what we all own together. Well, that's the roads, the bridges, the dikes, the levees, the transit. That's the university, the public school system. That could be a healthcare system that we own together, that's ours. And that's all of these things that when we invest in them, they pay dividends back. Like you just said, that military spending is a one-way good. You shoot that bullet and it's gone. But when you build that road, all of us who use it for even just our businesses, just to truck stuff over it, are using it. That's a return on investment. Those of us who go to school on them, that's a return on investment. Those of us who use it just for recreation, that's a return on our investment. It's our commonwealth, and we need to get back to the idea that, you know, America is a country where, you know, we have our common good and we share it and we believe it, and we have a commonwealth that we share and we keep and we promote. And our market is a part of the commonwealth because but it's in service to the people of the country. It's in service to tap into the creativity and the productive power of the people so that they can produce goods and services for the people of this country. And our markets are another, not just to produce goods and services, but to improve our social life. Because in that way, when I'm allowed to do my thing, right, I could be more happy, more productive, more creative. And if I had health care, and if I had a pension, and if I had a school system that my kids could go to, boy, I could sit in that garage and come up with all kind of cool stuff. And the fact is that we've got to get back to this place where it's about the common good, about the commonwealth, and not about just me for me, and I don't care about anybody else. Greed essentially elevated to a political philosophy. We've got to get away from that. It has not served us well. So I want to say, as always, it's a pleasure to be on the floor with the difference makers, the majority makers. It's an honor to be able to stand in front of the American people and to project a progressive vision that includes us all, that allows us to share in a common good and a common wealth together, and also allows us to, you know, embrace the fact that we are an economy that our society that embraces the free market as well. That we look at these two things as complementary, and not one superior to the other. that we see them as something that enhances our life together. And I just want to say, as you mentioned, Mr. Yarmouth, that I don't think Americans want to be under a corporatocracy. I think we like our national identity. And I'll say that you should know that before the 1870s, the corporate entity was nothing close to what it is today. As a matter of fact, you couldn't even own one unless the charter was issued by the state, the same as it is today. That's the thing. We think of these things as somehow natural or inevitable, but corporations are creatures of the state. Without a state charter, they don't exist. And we should say that corporations should ask, does it work? Does it make money? And is it the right thing to do? That is a perfectly legitimate question, and I look forward to the day when that question is asked by all of us. So with that, I again thank you two gentlemen, and also salute the majority makers, and look forward to a day when we have a cooperative and productive relationship with the executive.